So here we got, Terrence Crawford versus Sean Porter, Errol Spence versus Sean Porter. And I always find this fight, these two fights, very interesting. And I like to gauge them, compare them. And that's pretty much what the fight between Bud and Porter was. It was a test, pretty much. So everybody could see how Terrence Crawford will perform against Sean Porter versus how Errol Spence performed against Porter. And I think Errol Spence, in his own right, he did very good against Sean Porter. He tried to make it a bang fest, I guess. He's saying that's what he tried, but I just think he had no choice. Kind of like what Derrick James saying. He's same thing. He's saying that Bud will have no choice. He's going to have to fight Errol's fight, right? Well, all this stuff about how Errol Spence went in there, he wanted to fight Errol's, he wanted to fight Sean Porter's fight. I think that's bullcrap. He had to fight Sean Porter's fight because there was going to be no other way to fight him but like that. If Errol Spence would have tried to outbox Sean Porter, he would have lost. It wouldn't have worked like that. So he figured, damn, I'm gonna have to bang it out with him because that's what he gonna do. He gonna bring the pressure, everything like that. So he had no choice but to stand there and bang it out with him. So don't get fooled by all of that. Oh man, we went there to fight his fight bullshit. No, you didn't. You went there. You had to fight his fight. You make it seem like you had a choice. You didn't have no choice. Sean Porter don't give you a choice. You're gonna have to fight his fight. And if you're not skilled enough to outbox him, which Errol Spence clearly he didn't have the skill. Put it like this: Errol Spence could not do what he did to Mikey Garcia. He wasn't going to be able to fight like that against Sean Porter. He don't have the skill set to do that. But if you watch Terrence Crawford fight Sean Porter, he did. I ain't making this up. He had the skill set to outbox Sean Porter. He had to, in points in that fight, he had to stand there a little bit and trade with him. But Crawford's footwork was much better in that fight. Much better. Now I know the sexuals, Errol sexuals, but he was just coming. He was going through some stuff. Your boy was. That was the time before the accident where he was drinking and doing all that crazy stuff, not being focused. Okay, so that's the whole thing. Not being focused is the key here. And I don't even if Errol Spence wasn't, if he was more on point and he wasn't really consuming alcohol and all that other stuff before he fought Sean Porter, it still would have been the same thing. He probably did a little bit better than he did, but it would still been the same thing, man. It would have been the same thing. He had to fight Porter's fight. It was not he decided to fight Porter's fight. No. Terrence Crawford didn't have to fight Sean Porter's fight. And you see how that fight ended out, right? So put it like this. That's what when you think about it, man, Errol Spence saying he chose to fight Porter's fight. That was something he had to say because he know that was I don't even know the right word to say. He had to put that out there because that was the only way he could validate himself. Because there was no other way for him to win that fight but to stand there and fight and trade shots with Sean Porter. And he still didn't get the knockout. Didn't get the stoppage. He did clip him and dropped him. Wasn't good enough. So when you look at the way Porter handled the way Terrence Crawford handled Sean Porter, man, it's just it's like night and day to me, man. It's like night and day. The dude is strong. He's a strong dude. I think his power is I think a lot of people underestimate his strength too. But I mean, damn, bro. I mean, it's ever so obvious, man. All you gotta do is just go back and watch both of these fights, and you'll see the way Terrence Crawford handled Sean Porter. And I don't want to hear nothing about, oh man, Errol took a lot out of him before he got the bud. I'm tired of hearing that shit, bro. These dudes, they train for these fights. They know what their bodies can take. I don't want to hear this mess, man. Sean Porter he's worn down a little bit by Errol Spence by the time he got to Terrence Crawford. That is the biggest crock of crap that I've ever heard, man. This is what they do to discredit Terrence Crawford. Okay? But it's no comparison, man. This is why I said Bud wins this fight. And I'm not gonna say easy, but who knows? He might go out there and make that shit look easy, bro. Guess we'll have to see. Well, anyway, it's your boy Rebel Life Boxing. Please make sure to like and subscribe, man. I'll catch y'all later on the next one. And I'm out.